Hello everybody, welcome to the first of our 2015 e-commerce trends briefings. My name's Chloe Thomas and I am the creator of the eCommerce MasterPlan and also as well as being the creator of the eCommerce Master, I'm the author of these 3 books on e-commerce, and all 3 of them are designed to help small e-commerce businesses to succeed. And this week I'll be taking you through a series of short trends briefings. So the aim is to make each of these bite-sized, quite nice and short, ideally less than 10 minutes. The aim of these briefings is to help you understand what each of these key trends are, how it might relate to your business, and if it does relate to your business and it's relevant for you, what you should be doing about it. Because one of the really key things to make sure in any business is that you're only focused on the things which are going to make a difference for you. You're not trying to encompass everything. You need to be focusing in on what actually is going to affect you. On the screen in front of you, you can see the 8 we're going to be covering, and today's focus is on number 1, our cross-device consumer behaviour. This is a concept, a bit of a conceptual one. It's a bit consumer psychology, and it's really the next step on from talking about mobile commerce. So we spent a lot of time over the last couple of years talking about mobile commerce and how we should have an app or we should have a website or what our mobile play should be. We don't really want to be talking about mobile anymore, however. It's a bit too simplistic because that's not how consumers are looking at things. And what we've got to, of course, understand is how we need to be listening, how the consumers are using things so we can do it better. Now, this is some really interesting stats from 2014 from a webinar, an infographic created by Wolfgang Digital, and I'll be adding a link to this full infographic to the video page after today's briefing. What this is telling us is that the majority of traffic to an e-commerce website is coming from desktop still, with 26% coming from mobile and 17% coming from tablet. However, the revenue, where the actual orders are placed, is very, very different. We see desktop going from 57% up to 74%. We see tablets share almost staying the same from 17% to 16%, and mobile share of the activity really decreasing. So what this is telling us is that consumers are using their devices for different things. People are browsing and researching on tablets and mobiles, generally speaking, much more than they're buying on them. And what that means is a lot of consumers are looking at doing their research on their mobile and their tablet, and then they're choosing to make the purchase via their desktop. So we need to be considering how we can make this easy for them. So a consumer likes to switch between these different devices. They like to go cross-device. They like to go from desktop to laptop to phone to work laptop to tablet and back again. And this creates a number of issues for any e-commerce business, because it's hard enough to track someone between 2 different computers, let alone tracking someone's activity between multiple different types of device. So what we need to do is to make it easier for the customer to be able to take their purchases between those sites. This will affect you a lot more if you have a product type that involves a lot of research. So if you're in the travel sector, or high ticket purchases usually tend to fall into this. So take a look at your stats and see what it looks like for your business. But also consider ways of being able to allow customers to easily switch between those pieces. So I'm not talking quite so much about the analytics here, I'm talking more about helping the customers convert, so making it as easy as possible for them to convert. So as you know, our aim in these is really to help you decide if it's relevant to you. So what cross-device as an e-commerce trend for 2015 is, it's all about making it easy for the customer to shop with you in the way they want to. So making it easy for them to start on one device, move to another device and complete that purchase. And it's how to deal with it is about a couple of additions to your website code rather than necessarily a totally new website. The other aim, of course, is to help you work out if it's relevant for you. So the questions you should be asking yourself are, what channels are being used to visit my site? and which channels are being used to buy. So those pie charts we were looking at, what does that look like for your website? And also check how your site functions on each device. So the first point is all about trying to work out, is this relevant for me? Are my consumers moving between channels as they go to the purchase point? And secondly, it's, does our site actually work on each device? Because if your site doesn't work on some of the on mobile format, then you're not going to be getting accurate data through. So the first thing to do is to make sure you've got a site that's dynamic and can resize itself onto those different devices, and also check that the checkout still works. Once you've answered those questions for yourself and you've decided whether this is relevant for you, if it is relevant for you, then the things you need to do are implement Universal Analytics. That's the new code version of Google Analytics. When you implement that, you will get better cross-device tracking courtesy of Google, so you get a much better idea of what is happening on your site and what should be happening on your website. So you can start to make some more informed decisions about how to help the customers purchase. You also need to look at upgrading your basket. So can you create a system where your customers can save what they've been looking at on their mobile so they can pick it up on their desktop later? Can you enable them to save it in their account so when they log on somewhere else it's there? Which, you know, doesn't really matter whether they're on changing device or they're on the same device. Can you create an email my selections to me? You know, if someone's creating a shortlist on your site, can you get it so they can email it to themselves or maybe to their partners? This will also help you in other areas, not just simply in tackling the cross-device trend. There we go. So that's the first of our short and sweet e-commerce trends briefings. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please do make sure you catch up with the others as we record them this week, or if you're jumping in later on in January or later on this week, they'll be ready to watch for you now on eCommerceMasterPlan.com. We'll be covering all these trends in much more detail in 2015, including this cross-device consumer behaviour piece. So please do log on to, or keep an eye on eCommerceMasterPlan.com and our YouTube channel to see what other updates we have for you going on through the year. I look forward to catching up with you on the next of our trends briefings. Thanks. Bye.